Hey everyone, welcome back to the Digital Deep Dive show where we cut through the noise and decode the digital trends shaping the future for operators, executives, and innovation leaders from the mid market to the enterprise. I'm your host, Reed Daly, and if it feels like the tech world is moving at machine speed, that's because it is. In this episode, we are diving deep into the future of sales operations, HubSpot plus Quota Path, news and tech, and much more. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or YouTube. If you are a social person, I like to think I am, check me out at Reed Daily. You can also check out the show on IG and X at Digital 3D Show. And with all that out of the way, let's jump into news and tech. All right, let's jump into news and tech. So ChatGPT launched their Atlas browser. It was the first time that they're jumping into the browser space, and it has deep ChatGPT integrations with inline page summaries, writing help, and agent mode to take actions and memory features for personalized browsers. The kind of takeaway is Atlas could redefine productivity browsing. Think Chrome with brains, a browser that doesn't just show info, but works alongside you. From what I'm seeing, it's very similar today to what I'm experiencing with the AI mode within Chrome. I think there's a little more tighter integration with OpenAI's ChatGPT, but interested to see how this product continues to evolve and how the market either sticks with Chrome because of, ease of use, familiarity, or if they move over to the Atlas browser. One thing that I know I enjoy, and I haven't played around with this on the Atlas browser, but in the Chrome browser, I've got a couple different browser personas. So I've got one for my personal, one for this podcast, and one for the Daily Blend. And it literally is just like church, state, church number two, or whatever analogy you want to give. And I find it immensely helpful. I literally, in my Mac, I have sort of a tab open for my personal, a tab open for Daily Blend, and a tab open for the show. And I have all my bookmarks sort of separate. I've got all my social accounts, LinkedIn, YouTube, email, etc. And if Atlas can solve that, then I'd explore moving over to use Atlas more and move away from Chrome. ClickUp, which, if you're less familiar, is very similar to Notion, Coda, Asana, those sort of work management solutions. It just launched an AI assistant designed to rivals Notion and Slack, integrating more brilliant task creation, stand-up summaries, and content-based recommendations right in your workflow. The takeaway for all of these tools is that they moved ClickUp to a true work OS. If they nail usability, it becomes a serious all-in-one modern remote team platform. I think what's interesting to me is all of these tools are kind of moving in the same direction, that they had great utilitarian functions for allowing individuals to collaborate on a goal and have the tasks that support it. Many of them had really great multi-homing capabilities, and now the additional AI assistant to either move things through, let's say, a workflow or a sequence of activities, remind you when things are overdue, past due, or coming up, or help you solve things more efficiently and effectively. Looking forward to playing around with ClickUp and seeing how it continues to drive value to its customers. In a similar sort of work management solution, we talked about last week that the company that was known as Coda and Grammarly and Superhuman, so they all three of these entities had kind of come together, and they rebranded as Superhuman. And their sort of fourth piece of the puzzle is what's called Superhuman Go, and it's an AI email assistant. And I've had the opportunity to play around with it, and I like the direction that they're headed. They essentially have, similar to on a email or a website page that gets sort of a side widget, and it allows you to do certain activities. Right now, those are limited. Obviously, you've got the power of Coda, you've got the power of Grammarly for spell check, writing assistance, summarization, but you can see that they're doing some integrations with calendars and other applications. The integration with the calendar was my favorite use case. I was essentially able to type in, and I actually used an audio text command. I said, "Hey, schedule a meeting next week with Bob at 2 o'clock." And because Bob was on Gmail and my email was on Gmail, it knew both our calendars and sent that email, and it worked great. And I think where I look at where Superhuman is likely going with their Go product, they will get other applications in their ecosystem or integrated into this ecosystem, and you'll be able to do sort of workflow. So what you used to have with services like a Zapier or a Boomi with integrations and API hooks, they'll handle on the back end is my guess, and you'll be able to do sort of actions across applications, and it will make individuals more efficient and effective. And then if you can add AI on top of that of being prescriptive or predictive of the actions that you're looking to take, it will be pretty impressive. Next up, we're talking WhatsApp, and they launched the Apple Watch app. Meta finally launched a WhatsApp app for the Apple Watch, bringing messaging, notification, quick replies, and voice notes directly to the wrist. It's a move towards full cross-device unification. Takeaway was that Meta wants WhatsApp to be the iMessage of everything, on every form factor, everywhere, smart, subtle, and showcase dominance. If I look at what's happened in the past with BlackBerry and BBM, iPhone and iMessage, and now Meta's glasses and WhatsApp, they have a fantastic opportunity here to use WhatsApp as the global messaging solution for Meta, and it would allow them to have a unique value prop that would rival that of Android, that of iPhone. And if you think about like where the market could be headed, you're already seeing with T-Mobile them moving to using Starlink directly to the device. If Meta could have Starlink going to your glasses, and they have WhatsApp from a messaging solution, and they've got their own browser, or they pay someone else to use a different browser, plus they've got Meta AI, they've got a pretty compelling service offering with WhatsApp and their glasses platform. Spotify hits 500,000 video podcasts. Spotify announced over 500,000 video podcasts with nearly 400 million users have watched. Video is no longer an experiment. It's a new standard for creators. I got the bug about a year and a half ago to move from audio to video. I will say that it is very easy at this point for me to record an audio podcast using services like Riverside, Google, Meets, Zooms, and a good microphone. Microphones have moved from XLR and having a sound card and all that mess to I paid for a great mic, and I said, you know what? I got to go XLR, then I got to have sound cards, then I got to have a backup stick, then I got to get it into the computer. I will take a little less quality of the audio, but I'll have USB or USB-C, which is what this mic is, and it just works great. And I think video was the next sort of evolution. Now, the challenge is people have gotten really good with these videos. Not only are they doing multiple cameras, they're doing fantastic lighting, they're getting into really good locations. So if you want to step up your podcast, you've got to move into not just video, but having like a good set, good lighting, good cameras, good lenses. And that's where I'm looking ahead in 2026. And I think Spotify is a great platform to host your podcasts or showcase your podcast. Obviously, you've got the fantastic platform in YouTube. And I'm sort of surprised that we haven't seen more out of Apple to try to get into this space. And I'm wondering when they start to make a bigger push. We just saw that the announcement this week that Threads was doing more with podcasts. So it's, Spotify's clearly on to something. Obviously YouTube was the start and had the foundation. And looking forward to seeing how Spotify continues to evolve its product and help content creators meet the masses. Last one on global news was GoFundMe launches gift cards. And this was a random story that I saw and I thought was interesting. So GoFundMe now offers gift cards that enables users to donate directly to causes or friends, adding a social gifting layer to crowdfunding ahead of the holidays. I thought this was such a smart pivot to from reactive giving to proactive generosity. Expect this to show up in corporate giving and social campaigns fast. And with that said, that wraps up news and tech. All right, jumping into our digital deep dive for this week, where innovation meets real world execution. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've continued our mini series on the power players inside HubSpot's top sales apps. Last week, we looked at Clay and how they are helping to drive go to market teams, operate and execute more efficiently around accounts, and, driving innovation within the HubSpot ecosystem. This week, we're featuring QuotaPath, a solution that integrates and plugs directly into the HubSpot Sales Hub CRM, syncing deal data, ownership information, and custom objects so that earnings, attainment, and commission calculation lives alongside sales workflows. So, what is QuotaPath? It's HubSpot integration bringing commission tracking directly into the CRM experience. It syncs deal data, ownership, and payout logic so that sales reps can see earnings, attainment, and forecast without leaving HubSpot. The result, real-time visibility from deal creation through commission payout all in one workflow. What makes it unique and different? You're probably saying to yourself, I've got an Excel spreadsheet like everyone else. QuotaPath delivers an embedded experience inside the HubSpot ecosystem using app cards, no more switching tabs or juggling spreadsheets. Deal quota and earnings now flow through one source of truth. The integration handles complex comp structures like splits, accelerators, and multiple currency plans, providing real-time forecasting and scalability that fits both lean startups and global sales orgs. The key takeaway for me is integrating QuotaPath with HubSpot turns commission tracking from back office tasks into a strategic tool. Sales reps gain real-time visibility into earnings, RevOps gets accuracy forecasting, and leadership sees a single source of truth across deal and payout. By reducing this manual effort, aligning incentives, and enabling data-driven decisions, businesses can improve quota attainment, reps productivity, and all around revenue operation efficiency without adding spawns of tools. In short, it makes it easier for sales reps to see what matters and where they should focus. It matters, it helps businesses and leaders set the appropriate goals and targets and incentive plans. And if you set the right incentives for the right tasks and you align those things, your sales reps just execute against it, and it really helps you operate more efficiently and effectively. I am looking forward to checking out QuotaPath in HubSpot in their demo environments, and I look forward to hopefully meeting some of the team from QuotaPath as I continue to understand their capabilities and see how it can help organizations with RevOps. Moving on to where we can connect in real life and online. So we are close to Thanksgiving here in the States, and yet it feels like it's only Christmas season, just because I go to Starbucks and all I see is red and green, which I will say sort of hurts my feelings. That being said, let's talk about holiday happy hours and parties. So heading to Boston for December 8th for the ACG Boston Holiday Happy Hour. It's been a couple months since I've been to Boston, and looking forward to getting back. It's been too long, and expect to see me more in Boston in 2020. And coming right back the next day for the third annual wine tasting and holiday celebration with ACG Chicago on December 9th, and that is going to be at the Seafarth Shaw building here on Wacker Drive. And then last but not least, I've got the Private Directors Association Chicago chapter holiday event on Wednesday, December 10th. I've called out a few PDA events that I've been supposed to attend, and for whatever reason, whenever I'm about to attend one, a deal happens and I've got to get on a plane or train, and I've missed a bunch. So looking forward to jumping in there and attending an event with them. Wrapping up the show. If you are planning on being my hometown of Chicago, perhaps our paths will cross at an event listed above. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, email, X, or IG at Reed Daily. I've got links to my Calendly if you want to schedule time. Don't forget to download and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. You can read the newsletter and have it delivered to you automatically through your email via LinkedIn. And last but not least, all views, opinions, and commentary expressed here are solely my own. They are not representative or reflect the views, positions, or endorsements of any other organization or entity. My engagement with the material is undertaken in a personal capacity, and any interpretations or remarks are entirely my own. With all that said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.